Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'll be taking you on the verb. We have been taught and told that a verb is an action word or a doing what? Word. No, that's far from the truth. Today, I'll be telling you what actually a verb is. So, what is a verb? Right? Are you there now? A verb is an action word, action, and some non-action what? Words. I'll say it again. A verb is an action and some non-action words. So why do you say so? That's a question. Why do you say a verb is an action word and some non-action words? I'm going to tell you. So let's start out. So we have to understand what it means when we say a verb is an action word. And we also have to understand what it means when we say a verb is also some non-action words. How do we understand that? We have to first of all look at the types of verb. If we can understand the types of verb, then we have understood what it means that a verb is an action word and it's a non-action word. First of all, there are two types of verb. The first type of verb is called a lexical verb, and the second type of verb is called the auxiliary verb. So what is a lexical verb? The lexical verbs are verbs with actions. The lexical verbs that carry actions. So any word that carry action is called a lexical word. I get me now? Talk to me. Are you there now?
Yes, sir.
So any word that carries an action, okay, is called what? A lexical verb. The second type of verb is called the auxiliary verb. So what is auxiliary verb? The auxiliary verbs are verbs without any action. They are not many, they are just few in numbers. They are about 28 to 30 in numbers. You get it? So, but the lexical verbs are about 40 something thousand in numbers. So, first of all, let's go. So, the lexical verbs are verbs that carry what? Actions. Examples of the lexical verbs are go, see, jump, come, and what? Cry, etc. Example was auxiliary verb. Before I talk about the auxiliary verbs, let me talk about the lexical verb. Go. Look at the word go. Go. Now, if I pronounce the word go, what will you do? I can hear you. You will do what?
Go.
You will go. You perform the action, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now you go. Go. No, go. Okay, was there any action? Yeah?
Yes.
Perform the action, right?
Yes.
Okay, what about jump? Let me see. Jump again. Okay, now you heard the word jump and you did what? Jumped, right? So when you heard the word jump, you jumped. When you heard the word go, you went, right?
Yeah.
Okay, come. No, come. You see, you perform an action, right? Go. Also an action, right? So when you heard me say come, you did come, right? You did come. When you heard me say go, you did what? Go, right? Okay, cry. Let me see. Come on, cry. Okay, now you're crying, right?
Yeah.
Why did you cry? Because you heard me say cry. Now pay attention now. How do we know that a word is a lexical verb, right? So how do we know that the word is a lexical verb? How do we know that the word is a lexical verb? If you hear the word and the word makes you do something, that word is a lexical verb. Any word you hear that makes you carry out an action, or any word you hear that makes you do something, that word is what? A verb. How do I know a lexical verb? A lexical verb will make me perform an action. That's it. A lexical verb will make you perform an action. It means lexical verbs have the ability or the agility to make you what? Carry out what? Actions. Go, you go. Jump, you jump. See, you see. Get it from her? So those words that when you hear make you or cause you, okay, when you make you or cause you to do something are called lexical verbs. Get it? Or I say eat, is that what? Eating. Write, is that what? Writing. So the words you hear that make you do something are called lexical verbs. That's a number of verbs. That's a number of verbs. Now the second one is called the auxiliary word verbs. So what is the auxiliary verb, right? Now auxiliary verbs are verbs without any action. So any word, so not any word, there are some words, okay, that are called verbs. Those verbs are not many in numbers. Those verbs do not carry any actions. So they are called auxiliary verbs. They don't have any action. There are three types of auxiliary verbs. The first type is called what? The primary auxiliary verbs. The second one is called the modal auxiliary. The third is called anomalous auxiliary. So what are the primary auxiliary verbs? The primary auxiliary verbs are is, are, were, was, am. It is it. The modal auxiliary verbs are can, may, will, shall, should, would. It is it. The anomalous verbs are just three numbers. They are has, have, and had. Now, let me ask a question. The word is. When you hear the word is there any action? Did they give any action?
No.
So is a word that does not perform any word action. If is doesn't cause you to do something. When you hear the word is, you don't do anything. When you hear the word are, you don't do what? Anything. When you hear the word were, do you do anything? No, not at all. When you hear the word was and am, do you do anything? No. Look at the word can. Okay, can. Do any action? So imagine I just say will or shall. You know? So when you hear the word shall, you won't perform any word action. Why? Shall, will, may, should, and would do not carry out any action. Are they verbs? Yes, they are verbs. These verbs are called auxiliary word verbs. They are verbs without any action. They don't give action. They don't pass action. They don't carry any action. So we call them auxiliary verbs. They are not many numbers. They are just few, about 29 or 30 numbers. So that's called modal auxiliary verbs. Then the last kind of verb is called anomalous verbs. Anomalous verbs are just three numbers. They are has, they are have, and what? Had. Has. Any action? If I say has, you do anything? Okay, has. Did you do anything? Have. You do anything? Had. Did you do anything? You see, they don't carry any actions. So they are called auxiliary word verbs. Are you getting me now? Yeah. So we have two types of verb. One is called the lexical verb. The second is called auxiliary verb. The lexical verbs are verbs with action, but the auxiliary verbs are verbs without what? Any word action. Okay. Let me take you to the two types of lexical verb. Then now I'm going to end the class. Okay. The two types of lexical verb. The two types of lexical verb now. Okay. So okay, let's get the board now. So the two types of lexical verb. Two types of lexical verb. Lexical verb. Two types of lexical verb. The first is called the singular lexical verb. Singular lexical verb. And the second is called plural lexical verb. I'm going to explain these so you know. Okay. Now we only know that nouns do have singular and plural, but we don't know that verbs also have a singular and plural. I get it now? Now verbs also have singular and plural forms. Not only what? Nouns. You know? So let's go now. For the noun, we have singular noun. For the noun, we have singular noun and what? Plural word. Now, for the verb, we also have a singular verb and a plural verb. So let's talk about a singular lexical verb and a plural lexical verb. The singular lexical verb example, we have go. right? We have come. We have see. We have cry. Now, how do we know a singular lexical verb? And how do we know a plural lexical verb? A singular lexical verbs, okay, have es, ies, or x attached to them at the front. At their fronts. For example, we have G or go. Go is a plural lexical verb. Come is a plural lexical verb. See, cry, and do are all plural lexical verbs. So go is plural, come is plural, see is plural, cry is plural, and do is all plural. They are all plural lexical verbs. Why? There is no es, ies, or x attached to them at their fronts. So how do we get a singular lexical verb? We can get a singular lexical verb from a plural lexical verb. So for go, I'm going to attach es to it at the front. So go is go. If I add es, it becomes what? Goes. So this is singular verb. Singular verb. Singular action verb. Come, if I add an x, becomes what? Singular lexical verb. It's called comes. See, if I add an x, becomes what? Singular lexical verb. Sees. Cry, I take away the y, and I add what? S. Cries. So cries is singular. Do. Right? If I add es, becomes what? Does. Right? Singular. You know? So these are actions. These are lexical verbs. Okay, they have actions. Now, these lexical verbs also have plural form in singular word. These are plural form. This is singular form, plural, singular, plural, singular, plural, singular, and plural, singular. So if I want to use it now, if I want to apply in the same things, for example, I can say she, for example, like, the application of this now. I say she, right? She do cry. Okay? Then we have she does cry. So she do cry always. She does cry always. Now, which of these is correct? She do cry always, or she does cry always. Which is correct? She does cry always. Yeah. So why do you think this is correct, but this is wrong? Why do you think this is correct, but it is wrong? Because she is singular. Okay, now, she here is what? Singular. Therefore, the verb should also be what? Singular. You get it? So she is singular. So when she is singular, because she is singular, what kind of lexical verb are you to use? Plural or singular? Singular. Singular. Good. So because she is singular, the verb I'm to use should be what? Singular. She does is singular, right? She does cry always. She do cry always. Is what? Wrong. She here is what? Singular, but do here is what? Plural. There is no agreement, right? So she does cry always. If you understand your verb, the types of verbs you will have, your English language will what? Improve. So one is understanding the verb, the second is called application of the verb. In our third class, I will deal with this very in details. Thank you very much for joining the class. I remain Richmond Joe Opener. Please leave a subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. It helps us for free videos. Thank you. I'm Richmond Joe.